But first, we continue to follow breaking news tonight. A magnitude 8.7 earthquake off the eastern coast of Russia has prompted a tsunami watch for the entire west coast of the United States. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Matt Safino with the latest. Matt.
All right, Blair, thank you very much. As you mentioned, 8.7 magnitude earthquake, and it wasn't onshore, it was offshore, and that's key because it's the offshore earthquakes, the ones that are under the sea floor or happening on the seafloor under the ocean. Those are the ones that have the potential to generate tsunamis. So that's where the earthquake happened at 4:24 our time. As you mentioned, it was an 8.7, which is incredibly strong. A couple of aftershocks there as well off the Kamchatka Peninsula along the coast of Russia. So we have along the west coast here now a tsunami advisory, I believe. This has been upgraded just in the last little bit from a watch to an advisory. So that means that we are expecting at least a minimal tsunami wave or waves. It's not always just one wave. And that also means that the currents along the Oregon coast are likely to get weird and strong and unpredictable. Be aware of that. You can get debris floating around, moving about as well. So folks at the coast, you live at the coast, thinking about taking action now because we are under tsunami advisory there. Tsunami advisory also along the western part of the Aleutian Peninsula. And it's potentially dropped for the coast of Alaska. We'll wait and see and I'll confirm that later on. Down in Hawaii, they're under tsunami warning for the potential for an even bigger tsunami wave here. So again, the Hawaiian Islands, all aspects of the island, not just the north or western shores, can be impacted by tsunami waves as they travel across the Pacific Ocean and eventually impact us here in the United States and in Canada and potentially down to Mexico as well. It takes time for these waves to travel across the thousands of miles of ocean that we have, and you don't really notice them out over the open ocean, but once they reach the shallow water of the coast, that's when they amplify and become big waves. So I know it says peak gust, but that's actually not the map I was looking for here. I had arrival times prepared. They're all between about 11:30 and 11:50 p.m. here on the west coast, and that's what we're expecting. So how does a tsunami happen? Well, again, you have a fault line under the ocean. You get an earthquake as the plates rub together. That earthquake then displaces waters. You get basically a vertical push of seawater going upward because of the movement of the faults down below. Then that wave travels across the ocean, and when it reaches the shallower water, that's when it amplifies and becomes a bigger and potentially damaging wave. Earthquake magnitude, just to go over that for you again, because this was a big one, an 8.7. Usually only get around one a year, and it was close to a 9, right? And those happen only about once every 10 years, equivalent to 33 billion pounds of explosives. That's how much energy was released by that earthquake. Pretty impressive. Do we want to talk about weather at all, Blair, or are we just doing earthquake right now? All right, just earthquake. I'm going to send it back to you. We'll be watching thunderstorms, though, tonight and tomorrow night all around Oregon. Blair?
Okay, Matt, thanks so much.